This is the Sakar Murli of the 5th of August 2025. Essence. Sweet children, the Father has come to change this brothel into the temple of Shiva. Your duty is to give God's message even to prostitutes and to benefit them. Question. Which children cause themselves a great loss? Answer. Those who miss a Murli, the study, due to any reason cause themselves a great loss. Some children sulk with one another and stop coming to class. They make one excuse or another and remain asleep at home. By doing this, they only cause themselves a loss, because Baba shares one or another new point every day. If you don't hear it, how could you put it into practice? Om Shanti. Sweetest spiritual children, even though Maya makes you forget, you do know that you are now making effort to become the masters of the world. Maya makes some of you forget this for the whole day. They don't even remember the Father so that they would experience that happiness. They even forget that God is teaching them. By forgetting this, they are also unable to do service. Last night, Baba explained that you have to serve prostitutes, the most degraded ones of all. Inform the prostitutes that they can become empresses of the world of heaven by imbibing the Father's knowledge. The wealthy can't become that. Those who are educated and know everything can arrange for them to receive this knowledge. The poor things will then be very happy, because those women are also weak. You can explain to them. The Father continues to explain many methods. Tell them, you were the highest of all and have now become the lowest of all. It is because of your name that Bharat has become a brothel. You can once again go to the temple of Shiva by making this effort. You now perform such dirty actions just for money. Now stop doing that. By explaining to them in this way, they will become very happy. No one can stop you, because this is something good. God belongs to the poor. They do such dirty work for money. That is like a business for them. You children say that you will now create ways to make service expand. Some children sulk because of something or other and stop studying. They don't realize that if they don't study, they cause a loss for themselves. They sulk and say, so-and-so said this and that, and they stop coming. They hardly come once a week. Baba gives different advice in each Murli every day. You must listen to those Murlis. It is only when you come to class that you can hear it. There are many who make excuses due to one reason or another and just go back to sleep. Okay, today I won't go to class. However, Baba speaks very good points. If you do service, you claim a high status. This is a study. There are many scholars who study the scriptures in the Benares Hindu University. When they don't have anything else to do, they learn the scriptures by heart and start a spiritual gathering. There is no aim there. Through this study, everyone's boat can go across. Therefore, you children should serve those who are the most degraded. When wealthy people hear that such women come here, they don't feel like coming here. Because they are body conscious, they feel ashamed. Okay, open a separate school for them. Other studies, for the livelihood of bodies, are only worth a few pennies, whereas this study is for 21 births. So many can be benefited. Generally, it is the mothers who ask if they can open a Gita Pathshala in their homes. They have a lot of enthusiasm for doing God's service. Men are constantly wandering around in their clubs, etc. For the wealthy, it is heaven here. They continue to follow so much fashion, etc. But look at what the natural beauty of the deities is like. There is so much difference. Here you are told the truth, and yet so few come, and even those are the poor. People quickly go to other such places. They even go there wearing a lot of makeup, etc. Gurus now even arrange engagements. Here it is only to save someone that an engagement is arranged for her. She can then be saved from climbing onto the pyre of lust and can become multi-million times fortunate by sitting on the pyre of this knowledge. She tells her parents, "Stop this business of ruining me. Let's all go to heaven." The parents reply, "What can we do? People and society will get upset with us and say that we are defaming the name of the clan. Not to get married is against the rules of society." They can't let go of people's opinions and the code of conduct of their clan. On the path of devotion, they sing, "Mine is only one and none other." There are also Meera's songs. Meera is the number one devotee of the females. Narad has been remembered as the number one of the males. There is a story about Narad. When a new person asks you whether he can marry Lakshmi, ask him to examine himself to see if he is worthy. Ask him, "Are you completely pure, full of all virtues, etc.? This world is vicious and impure. The Father has come to remove you from it and to purify you. Become pure, and you will then become worthy enough to marry Lakshmi." Some come to Baba and make a promise. Then they go home and indulge in vice. Baba receives such news. Baba says, the Brahmin teacher who brings such people here also becomes affected. There is the story of the court of Indra. Those who bring such people here are also punished. Baba always tells you teachers not to bring weak ones here. Otherwise, even your stage will fall, because you are bringing them against the rules. In fact, it is very easy to become a Brahmin teacher. You can become that in 10 to 15 days. Baba shows you very easy ways to explain to anyone. You people of Bharat belong to the original, eternal deity religion. You were residents of heaven. You are now residents of hell. You have to become residents of heaven once again. Therefore, renounce the vices. Simply remember the Father, and your sins will be absolved. It is so easy. However, some don't understand at all. If they themselves don't understand, what would they explain to others? There are strings of attachment. even when someone is in his stage of retirement. Nowadays, not that many people go into the stage of retirement, that is, leaving everything and going to an ashram. They are tamo-pradhan, they remain trapped here. Earlier there used to be big ashrams for those who wanted to retire. There aren't as many of them nowadays. Even when they are 80 to 90 years old, some don't leave their home. They don't even understand that they have to go beyond sound and that they should now remember God. They don't know who God is. They say He is omnipresent. So whom would they remember? They don't even realize that they are worshippers. The Father is changing you from worshippers to worthy of worship, and that too is for 21 births. Therefore you definitely have to make effort for this. Baba has explained that this old world has to be destroyed. You now have to go back home. There should just be this one concern. There is nothing criminal there. The Father comes and inspires you to make preparations for that new world. He will seek the beloved, serviceable children in His eyes and take them back with Him. One needs courage to uplift those who are the most degraded. There are big groups working for that government. They are all very well educated and tip-top fashionable. Here many are poor and ordinary. The Father sits here and uplifts them so much. Your behaviour has to be very royal. God is teaching you. When someone passes an important examination in other studies, he becomes so tip-top. Here, the Father is the Lord of the poor. It is the poor who send something or other here. They even send a money order of 1 or 2 rupees. The Father says, "You are so greatly fortunate. You will receive so much in return." This is nothing new. Observe the drama as detached observers. The Father says, "Children, study very well. This is God's yajna, and you can take whatever you want. However, if you take anything here, you receive less there. You are going to receive everything in heaven." Baba needs very active and alert children to do service. Children like Sudesh and Mohini, who have a lot of enthusiasm for doing service. Your names will be glorified a great deal. Then people will give you a lot of respect. Baba continues to give you all directions. Baba tells you children that whenever you have time, stay in remembrance. When the days of their examinations are coming close, students go and study in solitude. They even have private teachers. We have many teachers, but you have to be interested in studying. The Father explains everything so well. Simply have the faith that each of you is a soul. That body is perishable, whereas you, that soul, is imperishable. You only receive this knowledge once. From the Golden Age to the end of the Iron Age, no one can receive it. Only you receive it. Have the firm faith that you are a soul. We are receiving our inheritance from the Father. Only by having remembrance of the Father will your sins be absolved. That's all. Even by continuing to repeat this silently to yourself, there can be a lot of benefit. However, you children forget to keep your charts. You get tired of writing. Baba explains this knowledge in such an easy way. I, a soul, was Sato Pritan and have now become Tamo Pritan. The Father now says, remember me and you will become Sato Pritan. This is so easy, and yet you forget. For as long as you sit here, consider yourselves to be souls. I, this soul, am Baba's child. By remembering the Father, you receive the sovereignty of heaven. By remembering the Father, your sins of half this cycle will be burnt away. Baba is showing you such an easy method. All the children hear this. This Baba also practices this himself. This is why he is able to teach you. I am Baba's chariot, and Baba is feeding me. You children too should think in the same way. There is so much benefit in continuing to remember Shivbaba, but you forget. This is so easy. When you don't have any customers in your business, sit down in remembrance. I am a soul. I have to remember Baba. Even when you are ill, you can remember Baba. If you are in bondage, then sit there and continue to remember Baba, and you can claim a status even higher than those who have been here for 10 to 20 years. Acha. To you, sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bapdada. The spiritual Father says Namaste to you spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual Father. Essence for Dana 1. Become very alert and active for doing service. Whenever you find time, sit down in solitude and remember the Father. Be deeply interested in studying. Never sulk with this study. 2. Let your behaviour be very, very royal. We now have to return home. This old world is to be destroyed. Therefore, break all your strings of attachment. Practice staying in the stage of retirement, that is beyond sound. Serve even the most degraded ones to uplift them. Blessing. May you transform the attitude of others with your elevated attitude and become an embodiment of constant success. In order to become an embodiment of success, perform the task of transforming others' attitudes with your own attitude, and their thoughts with your thoughts. Do research on this. When you become busy in doing this service, you will then automatically be taken beyond many weaknesses. Now make a plan for this, and the number of students will increase. The income will increase a lot more. You will be given buildings. Total success will be easily achieved. This method will make you into an embodiment of success. Slogan: continue to use your time in a worthwhile way, and you will be saved from being deceived by it. Avyat signals, in order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. The Father has so much love for you children that in order to give you a response every day, he writes such a long letter. He gives love and remembrance and becomes your companion and fulfills the responsibility of companionship. For this love, surrender all your weaknesses to him. Remain merged in God's love in such a way that no limited influence can attract you. Remain constantly lost in unlimited attainments through which the fragrance of spirituality spreads into the atmosphere. Om Shanti.
We are the children of the earth.